Hi everyone, my name is Emily Clark, and this year I will be teaching your student algebra. So I will be teaching either Algebra Excel or Algebra Prep. So I just wanted to get started with just telling a little bit about myself. So I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I grew up playing sports such as soccer and volleyball. I also played violin in the orchestra. I grew up as a huge Packers fan, and I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison where I met my husband. My husband commissioned in the United States Marine Corps after college, and he was stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. So we went down there and I got my master's at UNC Wilmington, and I was also tutoring, student teaching, and long-term subbing. After North Carolina, we went to Virginia. My husband was stationed in Arlington, Virginia, where I was teaching in Fairfax County for a couple years. My husband got out of the Marine Corps last summer, and we were excited to move back to the Midwest near family, and we ended up in Chicago. So we're super excited about that, and we're super excited we were able to buy a house and put down some roots here, and we're moving end of September. We have a dog, Karma. She's a black lab. That's on the left side of your screen. And my husband and I are just big travelers. A couple years ago, we went to Italy and Greece. And then a couple summers later, we followed that up by a big trip to Croatia, Germany, Austria, and Belgium. This summer, we were supposed to do some awesome hiking in Norway, which you could see the pictures on the right, but we ended up just going to Colorado instead. So that's a little bit about me. Now, what is going to be happening in algebra this year? So the big topics that we're covering are solving equations, functions, linear functions such as graphing a line and slope, and systems of equations. So that will cover semester 1, and then the second semester, we will be doing exponential functions, quadratic functions, and factoring. Your student would need a TI-84 calculator this year, and for the rest of their math courses, I will be showing them how to use that throughout our class. A notebook for math, and pens and pencils. Canvas is where you're going to find all my in-class materials. My syllabus, Delta Math, and my office hours. Okay, so I'm going to show you my Delta Math, my Canvas page. So my Canvas page is here with the Zoom link at the top. There's an individual sign-up meeting link, the remote schedule, and my email. The syllabus is here under the first day's in-class materials, and then everything you'll need for this class and your student will need during class, during our Zoom, would be under in-class materials, something they might need before, during, and after class. And then the assignments are posted on the right. Okay, so everything they need is really here. Their grades this year are going to be based on their summative tests only, according to the new LT grading policies. This means homework and practice is not included in this LT grading policy. So for me, that means that Delta Math assignments are not included in their grade and quizzes are not included in their grade. Okay, so what will Infinite Campus look like? For Delta Math or any other homework, I will put in Infinite Campus as an M, I, or T. M would stand for missing, so they've completed less than 50%. I would stand for incomplete, they've completed 50 to 90%. And T would stand for turned in, they've completed that assignment. Okay, now formative quizzes are not included in the grade, but summative tests are. I will still put quizzes and tests in the grade book as an A, B, C, D, or F. So an A, all learning targets are met. Maybe they have a few minor calculation mistakes. B, most learning targets are met. C, some. D, they've attempted to achieve learning, so they can do the most familiar problems, but they can't apply them. And F, no significant learning, which means they're really not doing much. They've left everything blank. Okay, and I've told students that for each unit, you will get a grade on each objective. So for example, unit 1, we have 3 different objectives they would get a grade on. So you would see a grade for objective 1.1, a grade for objective 1.2, and a grade for objective 1.3. Okay, so examples of those 3 grades would be there, and their current final grade would be an A. Okay, now how do we calculate these final grades? So you will get a progress grade, a quarter grade, another progress grade, and then a semester grade. So to get an A in this class, 70% of your objective scores need to be an A, no score lower than a B. To get a B, 70% objective scores need to be an A or B, no score lower than a C. To get a C, 70% of your objective scores need to be an A, B, or C, no score lower than a D. And to get a D, most of your objectives would be a D, no Fs. And an F, you just need one objective as an F in this class. Now, I told my students, no one should get an F in my class because the LT grading policy has a retake policy in place. So students may retake any unit objective once. They can do this by submitting an additional unit review assignment to qualify for that retake. And the reason for that is that students can kind of find those mistakes they made on the previous test and work on those mistakes and fix them before they take the retake. And then the retake might be on a scheduled day, or the student and I can schedule a time to do that retake outside of class. How will this year be different? I have a lot of experience with technology from my previous school and from LT. So I'm gonna really have this year look pretty similar. I'm gonna do some sort of warm up in class to engage students, see how they did with the previous lesson. I will do either the notes lesson in class, so students would take notes on a separate sheet of paper, or sometimes I might have them watch the notes video outside the class, and they've been doing that previously on Edpuzzle. I will do some group activities in breakout rooms or some individual practice, and the way I will do that is with some technology using Desmos, Quizzes, Kahoot, Delta Math, or Google. The homework is probably going to be the biggest change this year. Instead of worksheets, I will be doing homework on Delta Math, okay? So this is a program that students are already familiar with. Students can type in their answers and they get feedback from Delta Math, and I see how they're doing. And if they're getting a lot wrong in a row, then the system will prompt easier questions and then also have them do more questions until they're successful in that topic. So students are already familiar with doing that. The biggest change this year is students really have to be an advocate for their own learning. So they really need to reach out for me when they need help, and they need to really reflect on how they're doing. Okay, do they understand one objective better than the other? Which objective do they need to work on the most? Okay, and being an advocate for themselves is always a skill that I like to practice in my class. Students can always set up a one-on-one meeting with me on Zoom. There's that link on Canvas that I showed you, or you can just email me. I always ask my students and parents this question: how can I improve my grade? So a lot of students and parents ask me this question. Here are some responses that I would suggest. Did you memorize and understand the vocabulary? Did you do the homework the night it was assigned and not wait until the day before the quiz or test? Did you complete all the Delta Math assignments? Did you ask questions in class? Did you study? Now, studying in math means working problems out, not just staring at the notes. Did you watch any videos online? Did you check your answers on Canvas? I will post keys on Canvas sometimes to help students study. Did you ask me for extra help? Did we do an extra one-on-one Zoom? Did you complete all the review assignments? So these are good questions to ask. And again, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email me. I'm going to go to the previous slide with my email. I'm really looking forward to working with your students this year, and I can't wait to meet all of you guys in the future. Thank you so much.